Hello, good evening, and welcome to another edition of Lakey Bloke Drinks Stuff. Hello folks, how are we? It's Sunday evening as I record this, and I fancied a beer. My wife and kids are out, so I have the house to myself. I've kicked off another lager kit, which is fermenting like an absolute motherfucker. What I've done is, this time around, is I've had to put in a blow-off tube on the top of the fermenter because it's bulging like an absolute twat in twatland. Stuck it out in the conservatory where the temperatures are a little bit cooler, just to cool it down for a bit because it's gone off like no one's business. Other than that, it looks good. But we're here to do a review, and today I have here an ice-cold bottle of my Mexican Cerveza. Now, the Mexican Cerveza that I did is a Coopers kit. I also added 250 grams of maltodextrin, and I had a tin of malt extract. I think there's 1.7 kilos in that, and I threw that in just to bring it up a little bit. And I didn't brew it short this time around because I just wanted some flavour in there. So let's see how we get on. Today we're using the Homer Simpson bottle opener. Oh, beer. Purely because I can't find any other bloody tin openers. Anyway, let's give it a pour. Not a bad colour on this, guys. It's a little bit darker than it usually is, obviously, if you just brew the kit on its own, because there's some more malt extract in there. However, having said that, I quite like the colour. Look at that. Fermentation is really good on it. Fermentation, what am I talking about, Roy? Start again, shall I? Carbonation is really good on it. I haven't even had a drink yet. I can't even blame the fact that I've had a drink. So that looks good. Let's give it a little bit of a smell. I'm not going to put any lime in it because I think there's enough citrus in there, and I can smell it without even I'm this far away from that far away, folks. That far away from and I can smell the citrus already. It smells like a Mexican Cerveza. Let's see what it tastes like. Now, I had some of this about 2 weeks ago, and it was good then. And it's amazing what another couple of weeks can do, isn't it? Because this is really nice, folks. With the extra malt in there, it's given it more of a malt flavour, as you would expect. Oh dear. But, having said that, the citrus flavours are still in there. It's really nice, guys. You know, I've said before, haven't I, that a lot of people mock let me just put this there. You can see me. Hello. But a lot of people mock these Coopers kits, or any other kit for that matter. And the chances are it's because they haven't tried the Coopers kits. Now the Coopers kits are really good. I've not had a bad drink from a Coopers kit at all. I've done about 5 now in the last 6 months, and they've all come out really nice. So yeah, don't listen to anyone who says that kits are rubbish, or because, you know, sometimes cheap and cheerful is the way to go, folks. Not always, granted, but sometimes, and you can do some really good things with the kits. And if you're into hops and things, I'm not, but if you are, you can do all sorts of things like adding hoppy teas. I've done that with a kit before. I've added a little sort of hoppy tea in there, and it's come out okay, you know. But I'm not a massive fan of hops, those lagers and beers that have more of a hop in than the malt in. It's just not for me. I'm a fan of the malt. It's all about the malt. I like the maltiness. And yeah, so I've not done a kit on its own without any additions though, so I can't really compare the lager kits with the additions I've put in. You know, like it's always been malt extract, sugar and maltodextrin. I've never just put sugar in because it'll just come out so thin. And these kits with you know, the malt extract, dry or liquid, whatever you want to use, are just so much better than any bottled lager I've tried from supermarkets. And even, you know, you could argue some of them are even better than lagers that you get in pubs, folks. You know, because the cheap stuff you get in pubs, like Carling or any other sort of Carlsberg. Got a bit of a cough there, sorry. Yeah, any other sort of pub lager, you know, is fine. But if you want a refreshing drink, you can't go wrong with Coopers, guys. Really nice. And especially when they're in a sale, if you get them for less than a tenner, you're laughing all the way to the bank, folks. At the moment, I can't really find anywhere that's got them on sale. But that's fine, because I've stocked up before Christmas. And I've still got about 5 kits out there, which will keep me busy for a while. Yeah, it's all good stuff, folks. This is this week's Homebrew Wednesday, by the way. I haven't really got much to add. Usually, you know, we'll sit down and have a chat about what's brewing at the moment, but I've just kicked off a Coopers Lager kit, as I said earlier. It's fermenting like a motherfucker, and I think it's probably because I had it at quite high temperatures. I had it at the higher range in the kitchen here yesterday, and we had the heating on, and it was around about 25 degrees, I think. It was very strange out here, and it was very warm in the kitchen. It isn't usually that warm. And because it's at the higher end, it's just gone off like a mother. And I've had to put it out in the conservatory to cool down a bit. But hopefully it'll calm down, as it's been 24 hours now. Usually, you know, the fermentation. I like saying fermentation a lot in this week's video, don't I? I don't know why. But the fermentation, there I go again, should only need another 24 hours and it'll calm down. It will still ferment, obviously, over the course of the next week, but, you know, the initial mental fermentation is usually only the first few days, and it all calms down. Yeah, so it's all good, folks. I've got lager on the go at the moment. What I'm doing at the moment is I've got a Y yeast liquid activator pack, and I've smacked it. And that's in the lounge at the moment at a high temperature, obviously, room temperature, just so it expands and gets to how it needs to be before I start splitting it up and making multiple starters. So I'm going to do that. I'm probably not going to video it because it's not very interesting, really, because all I'm going to be doing really is boiling a Kilner jar in a pan for 15 to 20 minutes or so, and then boiling up some apple juice, getting it to around about 1040 in gravity, chucking the yeast in and just leaving it for 24, 48 hours on the stir plate. And then we'll split it up, put it in the fridge, and we can carry on doing that. So it's all good fun. Grow your yeasts, folks. Thanks to Gary and various other people on YouTube that have done the same thing. It's really a good thing to do, guys. You can save quite a bit of money, especially if you're using the expensive liquid yeasts. As you know, I've grown up the WLP 775, which is a White Labs yeast and a cider yeast, and that's come out really nice. And I have it here, folks. I've shown you it in the previous video, but I'll show you again. This is the pear cider. Granted, look, it's very, very cloudy at the moment. But after a while, that will settle down a bit. It needs a couple of weeks in the kitchen, really, to ferment. There I go again, ferment. I've got ferment on the brain. I don't know why. Why do I keep saying ferment? To carbonate, folks. It needs a couple of weeks in this room to carbonate, because it's quite warm in here at the moment. and then I'll chuck it in the shed, and in a month or so it'll be really nice when the weather gets better. But hasn't it been great today? This Sunday the sun's been out. I've almost been tempted to sit out in the garden and have a beer, but I've had to drive this evening, so I've had to wait until I get home to open this up. And am I glad I did, because it's really a nice drink, guys. Yeah, the citrusy notes. I mean, it's everything you want from a Mexican Cerveza, really. It's smooth. It tastes like a Mexican Cerveza. It's a lot better than the Coronas, I'm telling you that, folks. Granted, it's not the same colour as a Corona, but then it wouldn't be, because I've thrown in some additional malt in there, so the colour will be brought down a little bit. But having said that, it's still very, very clear. You can see through it, can't you? Hello. It's just a little bit darker than you would normally have. Very nice though, folks. Don't need a lime really to throw in there. I don't. I'm not bothered with lime. You know, it's citrusy enough for my palate. So yeah, go out and try it, folks. I'm not advertising Strongbow, by the way. I don't work for Strongbow. I don't mind Strongbow. I will drink it if there's no other ciders on in pubs and things. But I certainly don't work for them. I just happen to have one of these glasses lying around in the cupboard that I acquired over the years at some point, and I thought I'd use it. What else have we got to say in this week's video? Ah, yes, you'll probably notice in the last sort of week or so I've just been throwing up reviews, and the reason I've been doing that is as I've not been doing a lot of brewing lately, and I've really the fridge where I do the most of my brewing, you know, with the controlled temperature thing, is full at the moment with lager, and that's going to be in there for about 4 weeks. So I've not been able to use that, but I did kick off, as I said earlier, a Coopers lager kit, just a bog standard one with some maltodextrin, sugar, 500 grams of light malt extract, usual, you know, the usual stuff that you throw in. I think it's 700 grams of sugar, 500 grams of light malt extract, and 300 grams of maltodextrin that's gone into that. It will turn out fab, folks, really good. You can't go wrong with that. You really can't. It's gonna be great. But I'm surprised by how mad it's kicked off, really. It's just because it's quite warm in this kitchen today. There you go. Yeah, as I said, there's not much going on. Looks like my head is coming out of this glass, doesn't it? Let's move that over there for a bit. And I doubt there'll be much else going on over the course of the next few weeks, really. So I've dug around in the archives. I've done some more reviews. Some of them have been posted up, as you've seen the owl reviews I've done. But I'm also throwing out some cider reviews, supermarket cider reviews that have been sitting on the hard disk, and I've just not uploaded them, or I've forgotten about them. They've gone up just to sort of get them out there, as they're just cluttering up my hard disk. And why not? What else is going on, folks? Yeah, still no luck finding the job at the moment. It's gone very quiet, but I'm getting used to that now. It's just shit at the moment, and yeah, not much else really. Usually I am quite talkative, aren't I? And I can just bang on for hours, but I haven't really got very much else to say. So, if you haven't tried lager kits, folks, and even if you don't like lager, you will, I promise you, like the Mexican Cerveza, because it's got some sort of tone, fruity tones in there, like citrusy tones, and it really gives it some flavour, which I quite like. In fact, I really like. So I would definitely be doing the Mexican Cerveza again. Definitely, that's going on at some point in the near future. I've got one more kit left sitting out there that I can use. So I'm really looking forward to that. Try it, folks, really. Don't slag these kits off without giving them a go, yeah? If chances are, if you've had a dodgy kit, it's just been a crap kit, right? Or you've done something wrong. You know, you've contaminated, the yeast is contaminated, or your beer's contaminated, or, you know, it's just one of those things. Generally, the kits are pretty good. Okay, you do get one or two that aren't that good, but every single Coopers one I've tried, again, I don't work for Coopers, has been really good, honestly. I can't fault them at all. So, go out and give them a go, but wait until they're in the sales, because £14 now for a kit lager, a Coopers kit lager, is a bit expensive, and they do come down throughout the year. So I recommend you hang around until the sales are on, until they get close to around 10 quid, and just buy loads then. Because they have got long dates on them, you know. They're usually about a year and a half, the dates on the Coopers kits. So you've got plenty of time to brew them up. That's all from me, folks. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. I just wanted to share this Cerveza with you, and I have, and it's been really nice. In fact, I'm going to get another one. Oh, what happened there? I was trying to catch, there was a little fly, little fruit fly hanging around. Got it. The glass went over. So I'm going to fill it up with another one now. This phone is in fact resting on, let me just hold this here. Oh, see that? That's another Cerveza. Cerveza's all round, folks. Happy Homebrew Wednesday, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully we'll be doing a bit more stuff. And what I might do is I'll take some photos along the way of what I'm doing with that wire yeast starter. I'm not going to video it because it is very boring. I'll just take some photos and I'll stick them up on the Facebook group so you can see them there, what I'm doing, and I'll let you know what's going on. So, cheers guys. See you next time. Have a good week. Ta-ta for now.